Welcome back to Pink Flamingo Swingers Radio, where we drink like we Irish, eat like we Italian, smoke like we Jamaican, and fuck like we porn stars. I'm your host, Cockstar 24/7. This is my co-host, London. Um, and this is segment is part two about open relationships.
Hmm.
Uh, Go ahead. Where we left off at, London?
Where do we leave off? I think you were speaking about some of the cons of open relationships where we left off.
Of the pros and cons of an open relationship. Right. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, from the male perspective, some of the pros are it will add some spice into the relationship, and it was better than a fantasy, living it out. That's one of the pros. Um,
What about some cons?
we're gonna get to the cons in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, one moment. Let's stick to the pros
Okay.
for a second. Um, Another one of the pros are when you get to play that tape back in your mind and have some mind blowing sex with your partner.
Definitely a pro.
Okay, and another pro would also be uh, it gives y'all something to talk about afterwards, before, so you can know what you had liked it and what you didn't like about a situation.
Definitely open communication about it.
Hmm.
Is definitely important. I agree.
So you want to get to the cons?
You can, or I could say a couple more pros
Well, go ahead. A couple more pros from the.
from the woman's perspective. A pro to me is just honesty. You know, me a lot, and cheat. So if we could get over that hump of a man lying and cheating, I mean, I think it would bring a closer relationship, more communication, a tighter bond with your mate. And don't a woman want to worry about a man cheating? Just tell
Oh,
me. Like, you want to fuck a bitch?
see,
Tell me. Like, I'll be fine with that. As long as you're
okay,
honest, we could work something out.
okay. You're understanding woman. Okay, excellent. Um, this see that's one of the pros, right?
Hmm.
Because it's like you got a really strong, beautiful relationship, and then it's sort of kind of like you single too. So
See, no,
sometimes
no.
that
Being single should be even a thought in your mind. That's the difference between I think the male and a woman's perspective. Because why would you want to pretend that you're single if you got a bitch that's willing to allow you to fuck other females when you want to fuck? You're
uh,
still in a relationship. Why?
no, I
Why?
think I think that got taken totally out of content right there.
Okay.
It was meant. It just got taken out of context. You might have
I
took it
feel
the
that's a
wrong.
problem. I
You
feel.
might have took it the wrong way. It's sort of like
Hmm.
you got a really strong relationship, a healthy
Hmm.
relationship,
Hmm.
and then on the flip side, it's just like you, you're sort of kind of single. You
No,
get a
you're
hall
not.
pass
You're
to do.
not. Sort of, kind of
Well,
single though.
okay, that's where we agree to disagree.
If you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. If you're married, you're married. Like, and I think a lot of
No,
men wants the pros of a relationship, a bitch to cook, clean, fuck, but they want to live their life like a bachelor, like a single guy. Like, no, if we're in an open relationship, you're not single. Don't even pretend like you're single. You got a whole ass bitch. You're just in a relationship that's allowing you to be free sexually.
okay.
I mean, that's my perspective. Like, no, I'm not gonna
Interesting.
pretend like I'm single. I got a man.
Well, first there must be some type of agreement on the table. 'Cause there is rules to an open relationship.
Absolutely, that's the
You
big
see?
rules. Yes.
So
Which some of the rules should be.
it depends on the couple. You know.
Mhm. What do you think? If you were in an open relationship, what would your rules be?
Well, the number one rule would be to always make sure you use protection.
Definitely, that's important.
You see, that'll be one of my number one concerns
Mhm. Nice
and
too.
one of my number one rules.
Mhm. Okay. Any other?
You know, and then we already explained earlier, if there's no trust, there's no us. You know what I'm saying? It got to be
Mhm.
trust there
Mhm.
first and foremost.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so
I think some
you
rules. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I think some rules should be the number of times you fuck certain people. Like if I was in an open relationship, I would not want my man to fuck a bitch more than 3 times. I think after the third time, like it's like you on that edge to of someone getting hooked, someone develop feelings, or someone getting just sprung out on that dick or that pussy. Like sometimes I'll be like, this nigga fuck me good one more time, like. Shit, I'm about to be in love with that dick or something. I ain't gonna be able to let it go. So, I think it should be a limit of the number of times you fuck outside the relationship.
Well, that's why I don't know. I don't know. That's
That's my perspective. Of course, a man may not, he may think differently, but
that's a hell of a rule. You
I know
know.
for me,
Oh,
it
oh,
only takes
oh,
so
oh,
many
listen.
times for a
Okay,
nigga to
so
fuck me good
so
for me to.
listen. So okay, that's for the woman. For your man to have sex with another woman, he can have sex with multiple women, but not the same one.
Not the same bitch, no more than three
Oh,
times.
that's fair.
And I wouldn't have sex with the same guy more than 3 times because I don't
Well,
want him getting addicted to this pussy.
that's a good rule.
I don't want to get addicted to that dick. Like just 3 times I get the
And it's supposed to be all just for fun. So
yeah, but
yeah.
sometimes somebody got that good, and it's like you got to go back. Like so, it should be a number, no matter how attracted to you are to the person, how good their dick or their pussy is. Like it's cut off after a certain limit.
At a certain limit, okay.
Yeah, I think so. To keep the confusion down, I don't know. Or I also if I was in a relationship, me and my dude can go get a bitch a girlfriend, and she be both of our girlfriend, then in that type of situation, there is no limit because we're all three in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only rule I think is important. I mean, if you're having a threesome, it's a whole another set of rules. I think that would be important.
What's those rules?
I definitely want you to fuck the other bitch good, you know.
But not better than
But
you.
you need to like have some reserve strokes just for me.
Fair enough. That is a rule. To always make sure your lady is totally satisfied at the beginning and at the end of every situation that y'all enter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there should be a rule that you start with her and you finish with her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no confusion at the end of the night.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, open relationships. Another rule for me is, you can't spend the night all night. You bring your ass home every night.
no overnight stays.
No, definitely not. Any more rules for you? Pros or cons?
No overnight stays.
Unless we, both stand up.
It's different strokes for different folks, you know.
So you think it's okay?
We I don't know if my lady decided she wanted to go out and play and just so
Mm-hmm.
happened fell asleep after the play and it began to get a little late or something. I might get a little concerned and wonder what's going on. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry about you not coming home because you fell for another guy. Maybe you may have just fell asleep or something.
So you would be okay.
I didn't say I would be okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to be understanding to the situation because we are in an open relationship. We are swingers.
I would not be okay with that at all because my perspective is, why the fuck did you fall asleep? Nigga, as soon as you bust a nut, get up, wash your dick off, and come home. Why you cuddling with a bitch?
Not at all. I mean, I was waiting to regroup myself for a minute so I could relieve myself one more time before I came to the crib and I accidentally fell asleep, my dear.
Don't regroup. Like hop up like the alarm went off. Jump the fuck up out that pussy. Go to the bathroom, wash your dick off, get dressed, and come home. Period. We ain't about to cuddle with no bitch. I mean, if you cuddling, like, that bitch need to be in the bed with me too. We all cuddling.
Oh, okay, so I'm allowed to bring uh, something home for us to play with overnight.
Of course. Of course. I'm
Okay?
open to
Just making sure.
that. I'm definitely open to that. But nah, I'm staying out all night to me is disrespectful.
Well, most couples don't stay out all night. We just was going in a little bit, having a little fun.
Yeah, I would like to touch on part one. We did have a viewer who was a little bit old school, who had a different opinion, and she thought that a woman with respect and love for herself would not be open to open relationship. And I think that's a little old school. I think old school women basically allow their men to cheat. They turn the right cheek, they turn the left eye to their men, hoish ways, as long as they brought the money home and things like that. They allowed their men to cheat, but not openly. It was kind of, to me, like a undisclosed open relationship. Your man stepped out, had, in some cases, men had a whole nother family, had whole ass kids down the street from where their wife and kids stayed. The wife knew about it, but it was like hush hush. I think in new school, the women like, you wanna fuck another bitch, go ahead. Just be honest. I would rather that situation than turning the left eye, turning the cheek, and acting like I don't know my man got a whole nother bitch down the street with kids. I think it's more open, it's more communication, less lies, things like that. So I think, new school women, we just, you know, want our man to be honest and shit. We want to be honest about our sexual needs and our sexual fantasies and things like that. Why lie? If you got a freak at home, why should I hide my freakiness? Act like I'm sweet and I got fantasies I want to fulfill, you know.
Interesting. You know, but it's different strokes for different folks.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not gonna be into the same thing.
Mm-hmm.